Hello guys, I just wanted to come in and do a little quick video for you because I've had a couple of questions that seem to be related to overwhelming thoughts. I'm feeling stuck in Groundhog Day quite a lot. So what I mean by that is take the example of wanting to start a diet or wanting to start an exercise regime. And having the thought in the night before, oh, I want to start XYZ, and then the morning comes and you find yourself doing or being the person that you have decided you don't want to be, and then the moment that starts, i.e. you eat something you don't want to eat or you don't do your exercise, the day kind of rolls on and you have a lot of thinking, a lot of heavy thinking around what you think that means about you and what kind of person you are. And so this kind of goes on day after day after day. So I hear this a lot, and this was a question that came up in my membership circle group, my She Connects circle group, which you can find out by clicking the link in the bio if you're watching on Instagram, or you can find the link in my free She Connects group on Facebook. And so what I want you to know is, firstly, there's nothing wrong with you and you're not broken. This is a very natural series of thoughts that we have over and over and over again, which we innocently make mean something about us, and we make it mean A, that we're broken, B, that there's something that we need to fix, and C, that we're not good enough in some way. And we don't understand, and no one has told us before, that we're not broken and there's nothing wrong with you and that you are innately well underneath all of that heaviness, underneath all of that noise of your thinking, and that those thoughts that we have that come through don't mean anything about us and are actually just spiritual energy kind of moving through us, a bit like the clouds in the sky. They pass through, the sky doesn't judge them. And in this scenario, I'm saying that you are the sky, and that your thoughts are like the clouds, and they pass through all the time. And sometimes those clouds stay and get very heavy and create a storm, so like a thought storm in our mind. And we are kind of weighed down by the heaviness of some of those thoughts, and often they're of the nature of being critical, of telling you not to speak up, of hiding away, of hiding yourself, of comparison. And it's kind of like a thought storm that we pay a lot of attention to, and the reason it stays as a storm is because we're paying a lot of attention to it. But what I want to point you to is that actually, if you don't pay attention to those critical thoughts which actually aren't true, those thoughts will pass on by. So in the sense of Groundhog Day and wanting to do something or say something or create something that you want to do or be or create, you don't have to pay any attention to those voices that tell you not to do it. And the problem is, well, it's not a problem, but the fact is that we innocently believe that there's something we need to fix. And so we stay in this kind of very heavy, unpleasant place over and over and over again. And there's also some safety in that. There's some safety in not changing. And the way that I work with people is to get them to see insightfully for themselves, firstly, that there's nothing wrong with them, and secondly, that your thoughts don't have any power over you other than the power that you give them. And often it's coming from a really deep rooted place that you're not good enough. And when we have a limiting belief like that, we will find evidence that that's true, whether that's conscious or unconscious. So if you feel like you're stuck in a Groundhog Day and there's some changes that you want to make, please know that change comes from insightfully seeing something for yourself, insightfully seeing something different for yourself. So if you want to learn more about this, the understanding which I teach, please get in touch, send me a message, or come into my free Facebook group if you're not in there already. That's called She Connects. You can find that on Facebook. Or come into my membership circle, where I talk about this and discuss this and have guest interviews every month, and it's a really, really lovely group of women, and you'd be very welcome in there. Plus I do exercise and yoga and that sort of thing. But primarily what I want you to know is that firstly, you're not alone. All of those feelings, I mean, I hear this a lot, Groundhog Day, it's a universal. We all have those feelings of kind of heavy criticism, but it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means we're all the same. We all have those voices. It's just that I now don't pay attention to them, and because I don't pay attention to them, that gives space for a new thought to come in. And you're only ever one thought away from having a different experience with your life. And I'd love to help you get there. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and leave me a comment below if any of this resonates with you, and I'll talk to you very soon. Ciao.